Yeah, good evening, everyone. Yesterday we learnt about some components of Bootstrap. So you practiced them. So Bootstrap components, we learnt alerts. We learnt about model and collapse. Another one is accordion. Accordion. So we learnt about how to deal with these. Right. So we discussed about all these four components. Some examples I showed you. Have you practiced? Yeah. Working fine, all these. So you need to practice this perfectly because later in our JavaScript we will use in all examples. We will implement everywhere regularly. That is the reason you need to practice them. Next important after this accordion. So we have another control. So today we will see how we can handle a carousel. How we can deal with a carousel. So actually, what is the concept of carousel is, so it configures sliding and fading content in page. Carousel can configure some sliding content, fading content in the page. Sliding and fading contents in the page, you can configure with carousels. Actually, carousel have lot of levels. So we have so many levels of designing carousel. One by one, we will see how to handle them, right? How do we work with them, right? So first we will see basic carousel classes. How to use the basic carousel classes. How do we work with them? So basic carousel classes, we have one is carousel and carousel inner and carousel item. These are the basic classes. These three classes are initially required for carousel. We have carousel, carousel inner and carousel item. Let's see how to design them. For that, we will take some examples. Suppose we have Amazon. In the Amazon, I will copy these Amazon banners. I will copy these Amazon banners. For example, we have spinning tool. Okay. I will capture up to this. This is one banner. Okay. So let's save this in our project folder. So which one? This is app. In that public, in images, slide one dot jpg. Already there, huh? Slide one, slide two are there. So already we have them, huh? Okay, I already have some slides like that, banners. Okay, like that, I copied 3 slides. Slide 1, slide 2, slide 3, something, some slides. Okay, now we want to design the carousel. Let's see how we can create the carousel. Add a new file, carousel.html. Right. So this is body container fluid. Okay. So to design carousel, first we will put a container div. In this div, we will put the class as carousel. Okay. In the carousel, we have to design an inner. Inside the carousel, there must be one carousel inner. So we will put a div class carousel inner. Okay. In that inner, how many slides you want to show? Those many items. Carousel items. How many items you want? I want 3 banners. I will create 3 items. Carousel item. Okay. Like this, 3 items I need. 2, 3. In every item, you can put anything you want. It's not necessary that carousel is a photo. You can put a paragraph also, a heading, a form, anything you can keep. It's not necessary that carousel item must be a image. You can put anything you want. We will put an image first. Later we will put others and see. Image source. So dot slash public images. And we have the image slide one dot jpg. Class w100, that is width 100. We will do one thing. All images height evenly we will give. Suppose 300 I will give. Because if you copy, sometimes you may not copy correctly. One picture extra, small, large. That's the reason all of them perfectly put the same height. Okay. Like this, we have 3 items. Second item, slide 2. Third item, slide 3. Okay, 3 slides I have copied and these 3 slides are available. So carousel have 3 items. We are displaying 3 items in the carousel. So syntactically how we design? We have a class carousel. In that first we have to keep a carousel inner. In that inner we have to keep carousel item. That is the order actually. Like this we have to design. And here we have multiple items. We can keep multiple carousel items. How many we want, we can. That is order. Remember, syntax, I am giving the order. If you miss the order, you can't achieve exactly how you saw it. Alignment problems will come, placement problems will come. So you have to correctly follow the order. Which one is parent, which one is child, That is important. So we have a carousel inner and carousel item. So here I designed them. I'm using this, but observe carefully. After designing, 3 items are there. When I run, you can't see anything on screen. Empty. We don't have anything on screen. Why? Because after designing, so make sure that any one item is any one carousel item is active. So any one carousel item is active. So you have to use dot active class. Make sure that any one carousel item is active. If carousel is not active, then you can't see anything. Out of 3, which one should be starting? You have to keep one active. Only one should be active. Multiple cannot be active. So here you see now, you can't see anything because for which item, first item, I will give active. That is the class we are adding. Then you can see first one is active. Suppose I give an active to the second item, then second item will be active. I give an active to some third item will be active. So we need to make sure that one item is active. That is important. Now observe carefully. One item is active, nothing happening. That means it is not moving. They are not changing. That means by default, carousel don't have any animation. We have to set up the animation. We need to set the animation. So first thing, by default, carousel will not display. You have to make one item active. And by default, carousel will not have any animation. You have to put the animation. How to set up the animation? Actually, another point is, that means you have to write like this. Div class carousel item and make sure that it is active. Next point, another point is another concept is carousel don't have any default animation. You have to define animation. Carousel don't have any default animation. You have to define animation by using the attribute. What is the attribute? Is data bs ride. You have to use data bs ride. Carousel don't have any default animation. So you have to define this. So it is used to start animation. It is used to start animation. Data bs ride is used to start animation. So in the carousel, where you design the carousel, there we have to write data bs ride is equal to carousel. That means start the carousel. Data bs ride carousel. That means it will start the carousel. So we need to start the carousel. Carousel starts by using database, right? That is starting the carousel. So that is the option. Okay. Now you see, we will put that here. So carousel have data bs ride and is equal to carousel. That's what we need to do. Once you add this, you can see now, refresh. This is the first slide. After few seconds, another slide will come. After few seconds, another slide will come. But there is no proper smooth animation there. It is just blinking. That means just flicker. It's just flickering, and second photo how it is coming is just blink. This is the first one. After that a blink, then another one. That means animation started, but it doesn't have good effect. So we can apply two types of effects. Another point is carousel can have two types of animation styles. So one is animation styles. So one is dot fade. So dot carousel fade. Another one is slide. So two styles, and dot I given means they are defined as class. We can give like that. Carousel can have two types of animation styles. So a div class as carousel, and here you put a fade, not fade, slide. For fade, we have to write div class carousel, and after that carousel fade. Like this we need to add. These are the two animation styles. The animation styles how we can deal with. We have a carousel and carousel fade. Let's see by adding that how it looks like. Currently it is not having a great effect. Let's add one slide here. So I will put slide. Then you can see that it will have the effect like this. This is first. Now second, it's not refreshed. The second one will be like this. That means it will slide. It will have a good smooth animation. Previously it was blinking, right? Now we have a smooth animation that you can define by using what slide. Or there is another effect. Instead of sliding like that, that is how regularly carousel looks like. You can add another option, that is carousel fade. You can use carousel fade. Carousel fade is nothing but it will have the first one. After that, slowly it will fade and get the second one. That means it is not sliding, it is fading. We have a fade animation. Fade in, fade outs will come. So we can keep different types of effect how you want. So this I given as what? Slide. Okay, that is the carousel related effect. This is basic carousel, and some websites use like this only. They don't use much options. They just design a carousel with some changing. It's not necessary that carousel means this much large banner. A small advertisement in a small box also can have a carousel. It's not like it should be a big banner, right? A small box with the small advertisements also can have a carousel. They will be changing, right? So here the carousel like this directly some websites use. But what is problem here is manual control is not there. That means suppose I want to see the previous banner. I can't see. And some websites want like that. Some websites don't want user to navigate. They want to just show in an order, and in the same order you should see it. They don't want you to control the navigation. Then they just leave it like this. So I will give an example of this one. This is first example. In this example, we have designed only a simple carousel. If you want, some websites, what they can do, they can use carousel controls. Carousel controls. They are not mandatory. If they want, they can try. Carousel controls allow to navigate between items. It includes previous and next item. These are carousel controls. And what are the classes for carousel controls? We have carousel control prev, carousel control previous icon, carousel control next, and carousel control next icon. These are the classes for controls. So the previous icon, next icon, these are the controls. And we have two important attributes. Attributes, we have data BS slide. Slide actually we give like pre, that is previous. Data BS slide to actually it is preview or next, anything. Preview or next. And data BS target. Target is actually carousel ID. We have to use a carousel ID. Which carousel previous next should work? That carousel ID we have to define. So that is slide and target. So you see now, then in that case, we have to make sure that the carousel have an ID. For carousel, we will give an ID. ID as banners, okay? Banners is an ID given for that carousel. Okay. Now, after carousel inner, anywhere outside that inner, anywhere outside that inner, you can add one button. This is for class carousel control previous. In that I need a span. In that span we need a icon. Carousel control previous icon. That is one button. Two buttons we need, na? Another button is what? Another button is carousel control next. And carousel control next icon. Next icon. We have these two. Okay, now you can see. So we have carousel controls, but the controls are not properly visible. Light controls are there. That is because of background. In that case, if you have dominating background, you can define, you can apply dark controls by using carousel dark. This is old version. In the new version, data BS theme is equal to dark. This is new version. New version. New version means in 5 itself, latest version. Actually, currently we are using Bootstrap 5. In Bootstrap 5, 5.1, 5.2, 5.3, very recently they removed that carousel dark. Recently it is deprecated. Deprecated means it is marked for removing. And they introduced a new one, but still both will work. Because any concept when a library marks for deprecating means no longer in use, they don't immediately remove it. They will wait until 1-2 years also sometimes. Why? Because already several projects implemented. And suddenly you come and now and say that is option deleted. Then how? That's the reason they will keep it for several years also sometimes. But they recommend the new people that if you are new, then try this. If you are already implementing, okay, continue. But in future, we will remove that. So better new people use this, right? Actually, we can apply that. See, for carousel, we will apply carousel dark. I will apply carousel dark. You see, it's working fine. Dark controls came. The controls are darker, that is fine. If I remove that, it is not there. Again, light controls are there. What is latest one? Data BS what? Theme. Theme is what? Dark. That is latest. Again, it is same, dark. But these buttons are not working. Animation is same. Animation is working. Buttons are not working. You can see buttons are not working because we haven't written anything. What we have to write for those buttons? For this button, data BS slide. Slide what? Preview. Previous. Data BS target. Target is what? Hash banners. That is carousel ID. Same for next button. Data BS what? Slide. Slide what? Next. Data BS target. Target is what? Banners. Okay. Now you can see that they are automatically moving. Okay, I click on this previous, the previous one will come. I click on this next one will come. You can navigate manually also by using this. Button style, your wish. You can put any button style, right? BTN classes are there. You can apply any of them. This is general carousel buttons we are having. Okay. Now what is problem in this is, that means this is example. This is example up to what? Carousel controls. I will put an example here. So first example, carousel. Second example with controls. Some people use only carousel. Some people use with controls. But here one more problem is there. Sometimes we will have 20, 30 photos to show. We will put a slideshow. We will say that watch our gallery. 20, 30 are there, then you user must able to go to any specific directly. Here random navigation not possible. Either user can go to next or user can go to previous. Random navigation is not possible. Suppose 20 slides are there. How to reach 20? 20 times you have to click next, next. Right? What you can do is, if you want random navigation, you can use carousel indicators. Carousel indicators. You can implement random navigation using indicators. They allow to navigate to any specific item directly. They allow to navigate to any specific item directly. Any specific item directly. For this classes, we have only one class actually, that is carousel indicators. That is the class, only one class we have. Carousel indicators. And we have another attribute. Attributes we have data, BS, slide 2, the index number. Index number starts with 0. 0 is first item. And data BS target. Target is same. Target is what? Carousel ID. These are indicators. These are carousel indicators. How we can put the indicators? Let's see indicators. Currently, we don't have any indicators here. It is normal. We don't have any indicators here. We'll put indicators. We just design anywhere after these buttons. We put a div. In that, put a class carousel indicators. 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 Okay. How many indicators? Those number of buttons. That means button 1. So button 2, button 3. 3 indicators for 3 buttons. Now you can see the indicators look like this. These are indicators. Indicators are there. But for the indicators, we need to set up the attributes. What are those? Data, BS, slide to. Slide to 0. Data, BS, target. Target is hash banners. That is the carousel ID. Second one should target 1. Third one should target 2. 0, 1, 2 index numbers. One more point is that one carousel indicator must be active. That is also important point. Make sure that any one indicator is active. So always keep the item and indicator synchronized. Always keep item and indicator synchronized. What does it means? What does it means? You given first item active, you given second indicator active. That looks like you are losing some common sense, right? That means what you are doing, first item active, second indicator active. If first item is active, first indicator must be active. That sometimes we miss the common sense of alignments. Then we will face the problems. That means which item you give an active, the same indicator also should be active. You cannot keep mismatching, right? So here we need to make, we made first one active, first item is active. So first indicator we will put a class. What is the class as what? Active. Now you can see indicators looks better. And you see indicators changing also. When slide is moving, highlight is changing. And we can click on those indicators now. That means I will click on the third one, it will get to third. First one, it will come to first. First and third, we can directly navigate. Second one, then second one will come. Now you do one thing that I will give you as a task. You do one thing. Make them round circles. Right? Make them round circles. Don't ask how to do it. That is what your job. You do how you try. You make them circle. Can't you make a button circle? No? So you try. And remember, it's not necessary to be a button. A div also can be clicked. You can make a div clickable. Do you know sometimes what people do is they don't use buttons. They don't use buttons for this. Actually, I used buttons. I will show you. I will copy this. So this is with all. So carousel with indicators with controls, everything. Sometimes people don't design like this. What they do, instead of div, they will put an unordered list. In that they put a list item. This is list item 2. This is list item 3. And for this we have class as carousel controls. Carousel indicators. Carousel indicators. Now you will see that this list items will look like this. Right? And what are the indicators we are having? 3 indicators we are having. So for these 3 indicators, they give those classes. Means they give like data, BS, slide, slide what? 0. Data BS target is equal to hash what? Banners. That is how we design. That is how it looks like. And the same I will apply to others. Another list item here. And this is 1 and this is 2. Now this is how they design indicators. You see indicators will be there. But you know how to remove the symbols, how to manage the symbols. I'm just giving idea, right? People use different concepts. They use different concepts. But according to traditional way, what is the best one is you put a div, and in that we put a class as what? Carousel indicators. In that you keep button. Every button will have a class, not class. Class is active first. Another one is database slide to database slide to 0, and database target is banners. Like this 1, 2, 3 buttons, all are not active, only one is active, and 0, 1 and 2. That is the traditional way of that. We can add in different ways. I given all of them. Right? You can add in different ways. Now another concept is that. Another concept is when you are having slides, they are changing after few seconds. The time also we can control. So we can control the timing for every slide, how much time it should appear on screen. Actually, here another point, you can control the timing of every item using the attribute. We have an attribute data BS interval. Interval is equal to some 1000. That means actually 1000 is equal to 1000 milliseconds is equal to 1 second. We write in milliseconds. How many milliseconds? Data BS interval. It is defined for item. That means in the div class carousel item data BS interval. Data BS interval, we will keep some 2000 milliseconds. So every item can have a different timing. For every item, we can keep a different timing. Right. So that is option. Now here, let's go and see. So we are keeping the items. Where is the first item? Yeah. Here we are having data BS interval is equal to some 3000 millisecond. Second slide, I will keep, second item, I will keep 1000. It's very short. Third item, I will keep some 5. That means it is more time. Now you will see that first one is 3 seconds. After that, second one will be immediate. Third one will stay long. It will be more time. 3 seconds first one. Second one only 1 second. We can control the timing. Any timing you can define that, right? So usually the timing is controlled by using this data BS interval. This is example. I am giving level by level all examples. That means one without controls, second with controls, third with indicators, fourth with time, how we can handle all of them. Because it's not necessary that everywhere they have to use all the setup. In some places we use only few things. We don't want controls, indicators and anything, right? Now this is the carousel and I will show you, we can add anything we want. For example, it's not necessary that it should be images only. Let's do one thing. Suppose after second one, I will keep a div class item, carousel item, and data BS interval as some 4000 milliseconds. In this item, this is the fourth item we are having. In this item, I will keep a container, style, height of this container 300 pixel, class deflex, justify content center, align items center. In that we will keep another div. In that div, we will keep a form. In that form, I am keeping a class as input group. And we have a button. And we have a class BI search. Search. And we will keep here search Amazon something. Input type is text. So class form control and a placeholder. Here I will keep search Amazon. Huh? Okay, now you can see, now we need to add one more indicator. Huh? This time one more indicator is required. So its number should be how much? 3. Okay, now controls will not change. There will be only 2 controls every time. That means now you see this is first, this is the second, and this is the third one. You can have anything. We can have anything there. And for this button, we are not using button class, where we can have this, yeah, BTN and BTN warning, something like this. And you can see the third one, it looks like this. Width and height, you can adjust as a W25. That means it will give you some, it is having 100. It is maximum that width is there. Better we will adjust here also. Huh? We can adjust here. So input group is fine. I give width here class as W50. Then it looks little better. Width adjusted here. Colors effects, you know how do we handle them, right? Technically, these are the content. That means you can keep anything inside. You can have a form also inside. Buttons, paragraphs. Sometimes websites have only titles and banners. They don't have everything, right? So that is important. How, as I told you, in JavaScript, you will learn mouse over pause. When mouse is over, we can pause. And again out, we can resume. So many effects we can add. Lot of things we can design. That requires all the JavaScript to implement, right? This is built in, everything how you can design and work. You can keep anything inside the carousel. This is example. This is the next important one that you have learned today, that is how to design a carousel. Carousel, how to create sliding banners and advertising. That is the carousel. I hope you understood. How many levels? So many we have seen, right? Now, next important after carousel, we have drop downs, drop down. So actually Bootstrap drop down is good for a static list of items, static list of items. So if a list is not regularly changing, then and contains complex contents, then better use a bootstrap dropdown. But if list is regularly changing, if list is regularly changing, it is not a static list, dynamic list. That means every few days some new items may come, some new items may remove. In that case, bootstrap dropdown is not recommended. Bootstrap dropdowns are recommended only when you have a standard list. For example, you are designing a movie website. In that, user can select movie names. We can't design with Bootstrap because every few days movie names will be changing. So we better use for complex things, means static, regularly changing, because through JavaScript, we can add items into list, remove items from list. That JavaScript will teach you. Bootstrap dropdowns, adding remove items is difficult. Not impossible. Anything we can do. Not impossible, but time waste. It is a time consuming process, it risky process, right? Anything is possible. There is nothing like impossible, right? Anything we can do, but it is not recommended. If you are still using that mechanism, that means you are doing some foolish things, right? Time waste, foolish things you are doing in software development if you don't follow that correctly. Because anything we can present. For example, I will show you here. Suppose we have Amazon or Flipkart. Okay, in this Flipkart, suppose there is a drop down of login here. When I go to drop down of login, such items will come here. My profile, orders, wish list, gift card, something like that. Now the point is, so tomorrow what will be in here? Not tomorrow, from past 1 year, they have only those. That's not changing. It's a fixed one. That means from several days, they are having same thing. It is not changing. It's a static list. And icon symbols we cannot have in general HTML. Na? What we discussed about HTML dropdown options are what type? Options are RC data type. RC data type, we cannot have complex symbols, icons inside them. But now we can design like this, suppose. How we can create like this? That means for this, we have classes. We have drop down. We have drop end, drop start, and drop up. Actually, you people know only drop down, but drop can be in several directions. It can drop right side, it can drop up, it can drop left. There are different directions. It's not like only drop down. You use the word regularly drop down, but the items can drop in any direction. We have different directions actually. Next, we have a drop down toggler and drop down menu, drop down item, drop down text, and drop down divider. These are the drop down related options. I think it is drop down item text, not text. Huh? Yes, item text. So these are drop down related some classes, how we can design a drop down. Okay, let's see how we can use that, how we can design a drop down. Usually we will keep these are compulsory. Okay, let's add one more file here as a drop down .html. Okay, I will keep something like drop down. Okay, here we have a container fluid. And in this, we are adding some div. Okay, I will keep a heading like some Flipkart something. In this, we will put a class drop down. Drop down we are adding. In this drop down, we will put a button. This button will have text called, we'll put a span class bi person circle is there. Okay. I will give sign in as button text. And this button is having class btn dark. So you can see this looks like this. Now in this, what happens here is it is not looking like a drop down button. For this, we need to add a class drop down toggler. Drop down toggle means it will put a icon like that. Toggle. I given toggler a toggle, right? Drop down toggle. The toggle is going to display a menu like this. Drop down toggle, we will keep an option like this. Okay, now below this, we need to create items. So we need to design items. We will keep a div. Actually, the best way of designing is put a unordered list or ordered list with list item. This is class as drop down menu. We can use a menu. In that menu, we have a drop down item. And in that we will put a span. This is drop down text. Here we will put a class drop down item text. Item and item text. In this item text, we will keep some item. Actually, I can keep an anchor. So when user selects, it will navigate to that location. So href, I will give hash. And here I will put a span. So class bi. So bi, we have an option like heart. And we will give the text as wish list, right? Okay. Like that, you can add several icons. Okay, this is second one, this is third one, like that. That means here I am giving some, suppose orders, and I will put a cart something. So gift box. So we will put a simple option like bi gift fill, something like this we are having. These are the options we are having inside the menu. So you cannot see that. When I click on this, that should open. That means on this button click, the menu should open. This drop down will have an ID. ID is what? ID is menu. And on this button click, it should open. What should happen? Data BS toggle. Toggle is which component? Drop down. Data BS target. Target. Target is which one? Hash menu. Then I click on this. It should open that and show. We can put any colors, effects, anything. So actually, this is the drop down items we are defining. This text is better to apply after this span. That means it looks little different in alignments, right? We can add any alignment there. Temporarily, I'm just keeping that. Means you can add anything. This is the span drop down text. Alignment and placements, that depends on your requirement. How you define it will be in this way. We can change the colors, effects for them. And you know, these anchors. So where is this anchor? Yeah, this anchor. We can put class. Actually, drop down. So we have drop down item, not drop down. This is link as what? Not link. Text underline we have to remove. Na? Text decoration what? None. We are removing underline for that. That means it will display like this. Just text decoration none I am giving. Let's apply that. We don't want to change the color. Now this should change the color of this one. How do we change the color of this one is two options are there. So we can use drop down menu dark and drop down menu dark. This is obsolete. Obsolete means no longer in use. What is the advanced option? Data BS theme is equal to dark. This is new. Obsolete indicates that it is no longer in use. So you can see here, we will just put here drop down menu, data BS theme is equal to dark. Then drop down will have a dark theme. Text colors, anything you can change, whatever you want, you can apply. Actually, for link, we have classes like link white, link light is there. That means you can put a different color. So you can add that to all the links. Link light, that is the color. Link danger, link success, we can add those. It looks like this. Now, important, on click, we will open the orders page, wish list, navigation will go to that particular page. There is one more option. Actually, you can keep a list item with a class, drop down divider. Divider will keep a split. After that, another list item. There I will give the word as help. Here I will give the word as help. Okay. And here we will put a question. Question I will keep here. Question with circle something. Then you will see that a divider will come like that. Divider will come with a separator, slide separator. After that, we will have some content. A separator means a slight line will come here. That is the divider. So that is actually divider. Now important, you have to just change the direction. Change the direction is nothing but just change this to drop end. That means automatically it will come like this. We can change the direction. Drop right, drop down, drop up. But up will work only if there is some place to up. Left will work only if there is some place to left. So that means simply by giving up, it will not work up, because how it will work up? There is no place to go up, right? So you put some place above. You put some place above. Now it can go up. That depends on how you keep the direction. Actually, in JavaScript and jQuery, you will learn how to design nested drop-downs. For that, we need JavaScript. Why JavaScript we need? Because in JavaScript, generally we don't click. We move the mouse onto it, it will open. Mouse over, we have to write events. That means when you move the mouse over, a subcategory will come. We will not click. When you click, it will visit it. When you move the mouse, another list will come, child list. Such things we have to write events. That is what JavaScript will teach you, how to write the events and how to design them, right? This is generally a simple drop down. So you have lot of options in the drop down. So this is another example for drop down. So we have two important options. One is carousel, another one is drop down. How to design these two. These are enough for today. Okay, na? You want more? I can give more, because actually generally in corporate level training, we are training you. In corporate level training, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, all these will finish in 2 days. Only 2 days in corporate level training. So I have a talent of delivering this in 2 days also, entire front end. So if you have that caliber to handle, right? That is the reason, no hurry. I will give you a lot of time to practice, because some topics we will spend more time. Some topics I should leave immediate, because otherwise you cannot manage, right? We know the situations. That is the reason some days I will take a short session. That is enough, because I know that later more complex will come. Okay. This is enough. You can practice this. So then in the next session, what we will do, tomorrow session also, few components I will explain. After that, I will take doubt session. That means one half an hour, I will take the general session. After that, I will take the doubts. Complete rest of the session will be doubts. One component I will explain. We will tomorrow see nav bars, how to design. Then next we will use doubts. We will take all the doubts for online, offline, everybody. Okay, na? Tomorrow we'll continue then.